welcome back, or welcome if you are new. My name is Kyrielle and I'm so happy you decided to join me on this video today. Today I'm going to be testing out this full box of collection makeup. A lot of this is going to be first impressions, some things I've already used, but I wanted to do a full face and see what look I could create. Collection is known to be an affordable brand. You probably know them most for their amazing concealer, but I wanted to go and really look at their stall and see what they had to offer. So I went through and really looked into what felt creamy, what felt good on the stall, and bring it all home. So this is the look I ended up creating. Don't look into it too deeply, you'll see it throughout the video. But yeah, enough of me rambling, let's get into the video. My hair is large and in charge today. Cool it down a bit. Cool it down. So the first thing I'm going to try is the Primed and Ready Makeup Fixing Spray. I think we've actually got a crack in the bottle. That's just great. So I'm going to try and use this quickly. It says to shake well before use, but it's literally pouring out of the bottle. I'm going to quickly spray my face and then put this somewhere. Come on. Ooh, it does have a fine mister. Whoa, that was not a fine mister. I don't know what I was thinking. It smells quite alcohol-y. It's starting to snow outside. Next I'm just going to colour correct these under eyes because they're pretty bad today. And I'm going to use the Lasting Perfection Concealer in the shade 1 Fair. Collection actually does colour correctors in this kind of formula, by the way. Next I'm going to try this Lasting Perfection Ultimate Wear Foundation. It's supposed to be 6-hour wear. It's oil free. Oh, it's got SPF 20 as well, which is nice. It is gonna minimize imperfections and it's got flawless coverage. Now with breakthrough skin lock technology for all day wear. I have the fairest shade as normal and this is in 1 Cool Ivory. The bottle looks quite promising. I remember they had, I don't know, like 3 or 4 shades of this before and it would be nowhere near my shade, so fingers crossed. Gonna try one side with the brush and one side with a sponge. I'm just going to put a little bit on this glass palette that I've got here. Not a lot comes out in the pumps. I literally just pressed it about 6 times. Very liquidy though. Colour looks like it could be okay. Still looks a little bit too warm toned even though it's called Cool Ivory. I'm just going to go straight from my sponge on here. Coverage is pretty good. The shade is okay. If this goes any darker though, it's gonna be a no-go. The finish is pretty nice though. It's covered up the freckles on my forehead quite well, which these ones are usually quite prominent. I have these freckles like right by here by my eye as well that always come through on every single foundation. I really like the finish of this. I feel like it's looking more dewy on camera. It's almost setting down to a matte finish, but it's got like a sheen. It looks really pretty. I actually really like this. I'm gonna ask future editing Kyrielle to put all the prices on the screen so you know how much everything is, by the way. Thanks in advance. I'm gonna try it with the brush now on this side. I'm not getting as much instant wow factor with the brush. I've used up pretty much all of the foundation that I did pump out, so I'm gonna have to go in with a little bit more. You can still see my kind of redness on my cheek coming through a little bit on the brush side, so I think I'm just gonna continue with the sponge. I'm just gonna go over it one more time to get that little bit more coverage on this side. Honestly, this sponge is one of the best ever. It's so friggin' squishy. Okay, now I'm gonna do some concealing. I'm going to be using the shade Extra Fair in the Lasting Perfection Concealer. Just gonna highlight as well. And I also decided to get this cream contour. I felt like it was a really good shade. This is the 01 Light and it's very cool tone. I thought this was a real good tone for fair skin people. I'm just really impressed with the shade. We'll see how this blends. The product's a little bit stiff. It's not that creamy. Blend out my concealer first and then go in with the contour. And if you've watched any of my videos, you know my thoughts on this concealer. It's amazing. And I also did a first impression review of the new shade that they brought out, which I'll link in the little eye that I think is over here. Blending this contour out now. Well, it's blended into nothing. Kind of picking up my foundation on my forehead here. It's not picking it up on my cheeks. I'm gonna try going in with another layer, build up the shadow a little bit. So I really like the tone. I'm gonna try contouring my nose as well. Please pray for me. This is really easy to apply for the nose. You can just get like quite a precise line with this. I feel like that's a lot more defined now and it actually looks really nice. It looks more like a contour shade, not like a bronzer shade, which is what I usually find with cream contour. It's got almost kind of a powder feel to it though. It is a firm product when you push it onto the skin, but it blends out really easily. God, I don't know if this was a good idea. Okay, on the nose it didn't work as well because it kind of went all over my nose, so I'm just gonna kind of re-highlight. Okay, now that I've sorted that out a little bit, I'm gonna set my face because I feel like I'm getting a little bit of crease in. Got the collection powder in 18 Ivory, which looks about my shade. I'm actually gonna go in with my sponge with this and do underneath my eyes first. So I'm just gonna quickly tap out any creasing underneath there. Obviously this isn't a loose powder, this is a compact powder, which is actually what I prefer to use underneath my eyes. Now I'm gonna generally powder with this as well. I'm gonna pat this in to set everything. So far, by the way, I can't feel anything on my face. Powder is actually really nicely milled and it feels quite fine. So again, I don't really feel like I've got a lot of powder on my face. My skin's actually looking super smooth after putting that powder on. It's like melted into my skin really nicely. I forgot about this. This is a liquid highlighter. Maybe I'll leave this to the end because highlighter is the best and we should always save the best till last. I'm just hoping it won't go cakey over the powder. I'm gonna zoom you guys in because now we're gonna move on to the brows and the eyes. So I have this Fast Brow Tinted Brow Gel. Mine's in light medium and this is light medium. This is kind of looking like a neutral, almost yellow toned kind of brown. Fast dry and lightweight formula to shape and sculpt your brows, ideal to help create thicker looking brows, long lasting up to 24-hour wear. Use angle brush end to apply to the brow, blending and creating ideal shape. Use the spoolie end to brush through hairs to create perfect brows. I really don't want to use this brush. I know for a fact my eyebrows are just going to be all over the place if I use this, so I'm going to use my own brush. Try this out. As you can tell, this is not for the faint-hearted. It's actually very pigmented. I kind of feather this through the brow. I may have to clean this up with some concealer. So that's definitely not the best brow I've ever done. Kind of difficult to control. Really strange. I feel like it's gone on like a liquidy kind of cream. As I'm like going through it with the spoolie, I feel like it's gone to more of a powder. I'm just gonna do the other brow real quick. Okay, so this is this brow. As I'm brushing it out, it's kind of merging into my foundation. I think you can see there it's kind of like smudged. I don't know, I feel like this is kind of messy. I wouldn't have this problem with a pencil. I'm gonna quickly try and salvage what I've just done and I'll be right back. I'm just gonna use the Collection 2000 concealer. Okay, so I quickly carved them out with some of the concealer. I feel like they're looking a lot better now. I've also primed my eyelids with the concealer. I went over them with the Collection pressed powder. I have these two cute little palettes here. They have about 4 or 5 of these little mini eyeshadow sets. I've got the Nude Rose palette. It's full of different shimmery shades. I have swatched a few of them before now. They remind me of the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, and then also this kind of accompanies it. This is the matte Nude Rose. This I'm so excited for. I haven't touched any of these, but look at these stunning shades. We've got nice warm shades in there. I really want to use that orangey color. Like, this could be a winner if the formula is good in this. These are a new release from them. They're the Glam Crystals liquid eyeshadow. I got the shades Aura 1 and Divine 2. One's more gold and one's is more like a rose gold. Okay, let's get onto it. I'm really excited now. I'm really inspired. Let's go. I'm gonna go in with shade 2. A lot is coming off. This colour is very dusty. It's given me a slight bit of colour, but not a lot, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to go into the number 5 and try and deepen up that crease colour. It's given more of the effect that I wanted the original colour to. I'm going to go in with a little bit of warmth now, and I'm going to go in with the number 4, the orangey shade. That didn't really add a whole lot. Come on, I really want these eyeshadows to work. Gosh dang it. I feel like they're blending very well, but the pigment is just lacking. I'm gonna now go in with the number 6, which is the darkest shade. I'm gonna go like right towards the lash line and kind of create like a smoky winged liner. Back in with that orange shade. I feel like I'm getting a little bit of patchiness around here. There's also quite a bit of fallout with the darker shade. This really isn't looking that good. Like, I'm really coating my brush in that orange eyeshadow, and it's just not transferring to my eyes. Kind of looking like a muddy mess. These eyeshadows are really cheap, but I still want them to work. And I've been digging my brush in here. There's a lot of fallout in the pan. Collection. improve on this, please. I really love the shades in this. Go in with Divine, a doe foot applicator. The colour is really pretty. It looks really shimmery with like micro glitter in there. I'm just going to do my cut crease trick with this. Oh, it's very thick. I feel like that looks really pretty, and I feel like I've taken it up way too high. Metallicness is really nice. It's kind of burning my eyes though. I'm just gonna work through the paint for a minute and see if that ties down. I feel like the metallic is going away as it dries down. I'm gonna have to even this out because it looks ridiculous. I've gone like full drag on one eye and like half-assed on the other. I'm gonna try and layer it to see if I can get that shine back. That looks so much better. Try and pat this and make a gradient. This has turned into such a patchy mess. I hope you can see this. I just tried adding the orange shade and it's just completely taken off the darkest shade and it's just gone like really patchy. Cream eyeshadow, it's like made my eyes like stiff. I'm gonna quickly go into the metallic nudes palette and I'm gonna go in with pinky shade right here. I'm gonna be using setting spray to make sure these pop. I feel like that's helped the look a little bit. This is such a throwback for me. I used to use this liquid liner all the friggin' time, but I used to use it in black and I actually bought it in white. Been looking for a good white eyeliner as one of those annoying really stiff felt tips. The fallout is real. I'm gonna clean that up after I've done my liner. I'm having to dip in quite a lot. I mean, I guess the pigment's not that bad, but it's not the best either. Well, I don't even know why I did this. Like, I feel like I look crazy right now. So my eye is burning again. Please send help. Eyeliner was such a little it was picking up the eyeshadow and just moving it and then merging in with the colour. Put my eyes through a little bit more torture, shall we? Because I've got a mascara. It's called the Collection Lash Surge and please don't. I picked up brown black, not black. I'm gonna put it on anyway. I feel like I look like Katy Potato, but she looks so much better than what I did when she could pull this off. Formula is so dry. I'm gonna go put some lashes on to see if that makes it look any better. And I will be right back. Okay, so I've added my lashes. I don't know if it salvaged it at all, but I feel a bit prettier now that I've got them on. Quickly get rid of all of this fallout with the powder. I'm hoping because the actual eyeshadows were so powdery that it's just gonna sweep off real easy. And I was right. I'm gonna try and use the matte eyeshadows underneath my eyes. I'm gonna go in with the number 2. I'm gonna go in with the number 5. Go in with a little bit of number 6 as well. I'm gonna add a little bit of the mascara on the under eye. I actually quite like that for the under eye. I feel like it's made them super long. Got this collection eyebrow kit in blonde. I'm wondering what blonde person this is gonna work for, but I want to take the eyebrow gel and put that through my brows. Eyebrow gel is just clear with a spoolie wand in there. It's super hard to get out of the container. Oh my gosh. Ugh. A plastic bristle, not a normal. I feel like the stopper on this is so tight. I'm getting like 0 product on this actual wand. I don't know about the product. Maybe if I could get more out it would be better. So for the face I picked up this palette. It's the Blush and Glow palette. Now when I was in store I swatched this and it felt super duper duper creamy. I really want to use this pinky mauvey kind of shade. I'll also try the bronzer because there was another bronzer and highlight kind of duo, but it looked way too dark for my skin. This also looks way too dark for my skin, I'm not gonna lie, but because it was in this set and I like the blushes, I'm gonna give it a go. There's not a lot of product coming out on the actual brush. Maybe it's because it's so dark it comes out well on my skin. I feel like it's a little bit patchy up here. I'm gonna try going over that with my powder that I did earlier. That looks a lot better. I'm now going to go in with this mauvey kind of blush in here. That's actually really pretty. For highlight, I've got this which I forgot about originally, but I'm going to try it anyway. My makeup's a show anyway, so this is the Finishing Touch highlighter. This is in the colour Gleam 1. I'm gonna just use my sponge here. It's not blinding, the camera's making it look more intense than what it actually is. This blends in nicely though, and it's not sitting weirdly on the powder, which is great. This is giving me a really nice glow. Yeah. It does dry down to almost a powdery kind of finish. You can always count on highlighter to make me feel better, always. For lips, I got a lip liner, and this is in One Nude Pink. This is their Lip Definer Lasting Colour. I actually decided to go over my lips completely with this colour. It's a lot darker than what I thought it was going to be. The only thing that I don't have from Collection is actually a lip product. So I think I'm going to go over the top with something to lighten it up a little bit. I'm going to go in with this Smashbox lipstick that I use to lighten everything. Okay, so I added that lipstick and I went around the outside, so I've kind of got like a 90s lip going on. I'm quickly going to set this all in place because that's what I really want to do right now. Okay, so we are finally done with the full face of everything. Taking pictures with my butt. Literally taking pictures with my butt. So I just want to run down the things that I really liked and the things that were a flop for me. So the list of the things that I do like, I really like this Primed and Ready spray. It feels nice on the skin. It does smell a little bit alcohol-y. I don't know obviously if this is going to affect the long wear, but it felt nice. Next is this foundation. I really like the formula. I feel like it looks really nice on my skin and it gave it a kind of natural looking finish. Next is the concealer. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I already love this, so I'm not going to touch on this too long. Really good formula, so affordable, came up with new shades. Yeah, love this concealer. Next thing I really liked was actually the contour stick. I feel like it did a good job and it blended really well. I actually really like the way it looks because it's matte and it's not shiny, there's no glitters in it, and it's hard to find a matte contour in this kind of shade in the drugstore. I feel like you don't have to be shy with this product either. I feel like you can probably like layer it on. It just blends really seamlessly and it comes out really natural looking, which is what I like. This powder is another thing I'm actually really impressed with. This was so affordable. This wasn't their kind of premium rate Lasting Perfection powder. This is actually their cheapest powder and it was like $1.99 and it's so good. This is really nice and soft and it blurred out my face, made it like look seamless, it made it look really smooth. I highly recommend this powder, it's awesome. The powders that I really liked was this actual Blush and Glow kit. I won't be able to use the highlighter because it'd be too dark for my skin, but these blushes are gorgeous. They are just so creamy. I really like the formula of this. I wish they would bring out more shades if they could put that contour stick in the powder form, and then us pale skin girls will have something we can really work with. I feel like it's so creamy but it's so affordable and it's really worth the price and how much you get in here as well. Do recommend if you want to get a new blush and highlight and contour palette. I really like this lip liner. Although it was really creamy and felt more like a lipstick, you can see like it's really opaque. That was just like 2 swipes. It feels nice on the lips and it's definitely not dry. And my final kind of favourite from this whole thing was actually this Finishing Touch highlight. I feel like this looks so nice on my skin. Blended in with a sponge, it gave a seamless finish. This went well over powder as well, which is amazing. I just really like the way this makes my skin look. It makes it look really healthy. Now moving on to the products where I kind of like, kind of don't. This brow gel. I think the product is actually quite good. My actual brow hairs are like stiff and kind of like stuck in place. But the friggin' applicator and the actual thing, it's just like I'm pulling on this to try and get it out of here and barely any product comes off the wand. The actual design of this is a little bit flawed. These new liquid eyeshadows, again, in the middle ground. I feel like my eyelids look really pretty, but it did burn my eyes and I don't like that. It's no Stila Magnificent Metals, but it is pretty. Next is this eyeliner. I was considering putting this in the bad pile, but it's not as bad as the NYX on me. It hasn't cracked, it hasn't flaked. Applying it was a little bit hard because it picked up the product underneath, and it's not that opaque, but it's better than the NYX one. I don't like the applicator. It's really stiff, kind of an in-between one. It works, but not as well as I wanted to. I don't like this product. The Just Brow Tinted Brow Gel kind of fluffs out into like a weird powder when it dries. It's really messy and I had to clean it up with my concealer. So this is a no from me. This mascara, It didn't do anything for me. Out of all of the mascaras from Collection, I thought this one looked the most appealing because the wand looked the best, and it turned out it wasn't. This is a bit of a flop for me. And finally, in the worst bin, which I'm so annoyed about, these eyeshadow palettes. I mean, what do I say? The pans in here are an absolute mess because of how hard I had to go into this eyeshadow palette to literally get nothing, okay? These are so powdery. They blended away into nothing. It's really nice to have a blendable eyeshadow. When it blends away, that's when it's not good. These are a definite no from me. And sorry, Collection, I don't like it. And that is everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I know it kind of left off on a bummer, but if you enjoy these kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe because I'll be doing plenty more like this coming soon to a YouTube near you. Why am I so odd? Anyway guys, that is it from me. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world, and I hope to see you on the next one. Till then, bye!